All right, we should be good to go.
All right. This is a mayor manager meeting on June 1st, and it's 8:33 a.m. And who do we have all? It's Linda Olson, Jade Truscott-Reed, Shawn Lewis, and Stephanie Carlisle.
All right, thank you, Mayor. We will start with June 7th. And we have consideration of a property owner request for alley paving. And I think we are switching that methodology up a little bit on how we present that, since council wasn't in love with the improvement district idea. We've got a study session. A study session on Zuni on-street bike lanes project. Study session on consideration to add responsibilities to keep Inglewood beautiful regarding sustainability. Another study session on city center redevelopment and rezoning process. We do have one recognition for our very own Stephanie Carlisle for receiving her Master Municipal Clerk certification.
Yay!
Yes. And then we have, oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying it's exciting.
Yeah.
We've got all the times on those. That's great, right? Except the.
Yep, we're good to go on those.
All right. And then we have board and commission appointments, proclamation on pollinators, public hearing for potential charter amendment for the direct election of mayor, proclamation approval policy, storm drainage bond 2012. Oh, that's right. Oh, right. This is the one, Mayor, you're being asked to sign, but Dugan thinks that we need to take this to council before you sign it. I am not exactly sure, but we had some, the 2012 bonds that we did for storm drainage. I think in order to issue the new ones, they want us to sign this agreement. They'll be able to explain it better.
Yeah.
But it's something needed to issue the new ones.
Okay, great.
And just to keep a reminder out, the next 4 items are questioning if they need to be on consent or not. So if we could answer that while we're going, that might be helpful.
Okay.
Well, the people are going to wonder about the 2012 thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So no.
And then the contract for Colton Steel for the alley grading and stabilization. That
can be consent, can't it?
What was that, Mayor?
That can be consent, can't it?
Yes, I think so.
That's what we do every year.
And then park improvements, construction, award of contract. I don't remember what ECI is.
That's the company name.
Oh, gotcha. But you don't know which park it is?
Unfortunately, I don't, but I can double check my my records that I have to see if I can figure it out.
I think it's actually for all of the parks. I think we combined all of them into one bid for better pricing. So
I bet we'll need that one. Yeah. Do you think to explain that?
Yeah, probably so. And then audiovisual equipment upgrades. This is the one that's been in your budget since last year. And excuse me, this was in the supplemental, but you've seen it in two budget cycles, the project.
Yeah, and we wanted it to come forward, didn't we?
Right.
Could we have disagreement on it?
Could we have what?
Did we have disagreement on it?
I don't think so. I think the only thing we had disagreement on was kind of the temporary fix.
Yeah.
But not the permanent.
Somebody can pull it. We'll put it on consent.
Okay. And then approval of IGA for Tri-Cities homelessness. And I'm not actually sure why this one wouldn't go on consent insofar as it's such a small dollar amount.
Yeah.
Everyone's briefed on it.
Yeah.
And MOU between City of Inglewood and Colorado State Patrol for license plate recognition. I think most cities are doing this, but
yeah, you just go straight up and do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it on consent.
And then CB21, approve a bill for an ordinance to grant electric transmission line easement in Bellevue Park. Probably we want that one, yeah, not consent. And then second amendment to the IGA between CDOT and Inglewood for widening of Dartmouth Bridge.
This is a second, oh, it's a second amendment, not second reading. Yes, it is
Yeah.
second reading. Did we have a full? Yeah, that's on consent. Okay.
And Jade, I think I might have misled you there. I was saying on the CB 21, that one actually probably should not be consent.
Oh, geez.
Unless, Mayor, you disagree.
No, I think
it's been a little.
Well, it's a.
Yeah.
Is there anything? Yeah.
I don't think there's anything new on it, but it's, raised a little bit of a few eyebrows. Not actually in Inglewood, but in surrounding communities, people reaching out to Inglewood. So.
Yeah. Oh, let's just pass it. Let's just put it on regular, just so there's not any question about it. Yeah, why do people contact? Oh, it's because it's other areas and they think we're in charge of it, right?
Well, they think we can, if enough councils try to kill it, that it won't happen, which I don't think is true. They have the right to use their property. Excel does as they wish.
Maybe let's just put it on consent.
Well, I'm fine with that, yeah.
Yeah, let's put it on consent.
All right, ready to move on to June 14th.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're in June.
Yes. So the 14th, we have discussion of options for rescinding emergency ordinance 10. And then,
Sorry, this one got entered in a little weird.
I think, yeah, Tim and I notoriously enter the same thing. I should just assume he's going to enter it, but I think you can delete the next one because I think it's duplicate.
Okay.
Right?
This would be an information and direction. Yes, it looks like it is. Apologies for that.
Well, he labels it correctly. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
And then we have the Oxford Ped Bridge, a discussion about that project on the update on the design. And then the WIFIA loan application, which we plan to use in utilities as opposed to a bond, to use that loan process. We've got audited financial statements review, 2022 budget workshop part 1, and then organized garbage trash recycling. So it looks like we need to put time frames on these if you want to, Mayor.
Can you enlarge it just a bit, Jade?
Oh, yep. One moment.
I'm up in Keystone, so I'm having a hard time.
No worries. Let me see. Is that better, or would you like a little bit more?
Yeah, it's a little better. Thank you.
Oh.
So sorry. On the first one, where is it? Okay. What do you think?
In terms of time frame?
It's going to be. Oh, yeah, I think it's going to take a half hour at least, don't you think?
Probably so.
Can we rescind only parts of it?
Yes, that's going to be one of the options that we present to you is a partial rescinding.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have 3 options right now that we're looking at.
Okay. On the Oxford Ped Bridge, it's really just informational, isn't it?
Yes.
So maybe 5 minutes for Q&A?
That sounds right.
And on this next one with the loan application, what kind of direction will you need from us? Just to go ahead and do it, or?
Yes, I think we need consensus from council that this is the way they want to go. we'll be presenting the reasons why it is the best way to go forward. So,
Okay, maybe 15 minutes max. Next one, 10 minutes on the financials.
sure.
Are there some big change? Are there? Oh, this is 2020.
Right. This is the end of the year for the audit.
Did anything show up?
I don't think there was anything significant.
Yeah. Well, and then we have budget workshop 1.
Right. That's the long one.
Yeah.
And Mayor, do you want is this order fine for you in terms of putting organized garbage at the very end after the budget workshop?
I wonder if is a committee coming?
I think there will be some members from the committee, but I think it's Maria that's going to be presenting.
Okay. And are we doing this one in person?
Yes, both the 7th and the 14th will be in person.
Yeah, the 7th is in person, but I know this is a study session. I'm just wondering if
right.
if we're having a commission or a group come. But if they're not, I mean, they might still want to be on Zoom. Huh.
We should have the ability for them to do that.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe that should.
Do you want that as the first item?
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, isn't this the committee that sometimes meets the same night as council?
It is.
Why don't you find out and then see which they prefer at the beginning or at the end? Or maybe, yeah, just find out what they prefer. We can handle it either anyway.
I was just thinking we could close this study session with the budget workshop. And so
That makes a lot of sense to do that. Yeah. Do all the budget stuff at the end.
Right.
The 2020 in the workshop.
All right, I'm just gonna move this guy. Okay. Hopefully that order should work for you guys.
Yeah.
Yep, if you can just check, like the mayor said, check with Maria, but it works for me.
Perfect. Will do.
She's got a lot on here.
She does.
Okay, moving down to the 21st, Jay. We've got the May monthly financial report, US 85 environmental linkage, study update, sidewalk gap prioritization.
Real quick, Shawn,
Uh,
those two that you just mentioned from Maria, she said we could definitely move those because this is a regular meeting and there's a lot of study session items. So she did mention we could move those if needed.
Oh, but I'm not there that night. So pack it in. I'm teasing. Yeah, good. We probably, well, what's the first one is the monthly stuff. We know that only take 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then,
yes,
and the budget workshop is that night again?
it is.
It's yeah,
part
number
2.
2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If we can move those two, then I think we have to.
Okay.
The other two. I think you.
The 2 Maria items,
Oh,
correct?
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Pell and then the sidewalk.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, so June 28th is still just Citizen of the Year recognition. So we would be looking at the first meeting in July for this item, for those 2 items.
Okay.
And I can confirm that with Maria D as well.
Sounds good.
I do, Jade, if you can check in with Maria on if pushing the sidewalk prioritization pushes us back in the time frame of getting those gaps filled, because we did some supplemental money for that, so I don't want to hold that project up with waiting on
Right.
council to approve prioritization. But if it's not holding anything up, then I'm fine pushing it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, where are we?
The 21st second item.
Do we have to have a DDA? Oh, it's not flexible. That's what it says. It's 45-minute discussion on the 21st. Whew.
Yes, this is a very, maybe too beefy of an item where we're going to be looking at their work plan, their budget, the downtown plan update, which by the way, just won the Governor's Award for Excellence from the Colorado Downtown Association
Oh,
last
wow.
Thursday. Yeah, the Inglewood Downtown Plan. And then we've got the debt authorization ballot question. We've got the IGA that's going to basically spell out how the DDA and the city work together and interact. So it's a lot.
Wow. I
Are you
wonder.
back for this meeting, Mayor?
Pardon?
Are you back for this meeting?
The 21st?
Uh-huh.
No, that's when I'm gone on.
Gotcha.
So how much is on the regular meeting to be decided? Is there a lot?
2 resolutions, 2 motions, and 1 first reading at the moment.
I would say if there isn't anything else they can handle, it'll just be a very short regular meeting.
It looks like there will also be 3 second readings as well. Sorry. Those aren't populated on yet, but there will be.
Oh, well, if all those pass unanimously, that at least could go into consent. But we'll see. I don't know, Nathaniel has a little time to speak into this again. Since he has to lead the meeting, it seems like an awful lot. It seems a little odd because we've never done this before where we have that much. We could ask if they wanted to come early, but since it's budget workshop, we split it into 2. We could ask this week if they would like to do that.
For an early start,
Yeah.
5:30.
Yeah. I wonder if on the 7th, could you put it in Mayor Manager's choice? A June 21st meeting schedule question?
Of course, 1 second. Under Mayor's choice.
Yeah. What do you think, Shawn? Is that?
Yeah, that sounds like a good
Because
idea.
I'd rather have them, weigh in on how do they want to handle this.
And you would still like the email to go out in addition to asking the question on Monday?
Yeah, what would the email would be asking them? Whether
Asking them for their preference on if they would like to start early.
yeah, or whether they want to do another night. The problem is the 28th ending up being if we can frame it as, part of the problem is that the 28th is a Citizen of the Year, so we lose a meeting night.
Mm-hmm.
And these need to be dealt with. So yeah, do they want to add it early and then we can just bring it up on the 7th as to what they want to do.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
send an email to them because then they'll have a heads up before.
Okay, so they don't need to necessarily respond to us, but they'll be discussing it on the
7th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Early start or other meeting.
Oh, where are we now? What else do you need?
Let me go down. Yep, we went through the 21st, unless you want to give tentatively figure out consent agenda. That puts us to the end of June.
So have we answered the question there at the top of June 28th where it says, will this be in person? I assume that Citizen of the Year will be in person.
Yes, it will be. Sorry, so we had the questions and then I had the answers down below.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Has anybody been in contact with him besides my telling him?
I know that I was asked to talk to Madeline, so I can double confirm with her and see what information she's been able to gather.
Yeah, let's make sure, and we find out, you know, who does he want there and everything.
All right, and then the
Mayor?
6th of July is the discussion of the future of ACE. And I think that, yeah, that council request went out, Mayor, that you did asking questions about ACE. So
Yeah,
hopefully
Yeah,
council
thank
has
you.
seen
I saw that.
And then we have an information item on these are the ones that we moved from earlier, the PEL and the sidewalk gap prioritization.
Great.
And then the Tri-Cities Homelessness Plan of Action. This is per the agreement that the Tri-Cities Steering Committee worked out
Right.
there about the plan of action.
Yeah.
And then a few consent items, council approval of the DDA budget. So you'll have a study session on it, but the approval will come the following meeting. Loan agreement with EDDA for to repay the funds that you already allocated towards operational funding for the DDA. And then an IGA between the city and the DDA. And Jade, if you can scroll down.
Sorry.
Between the DDA detailing responsibilities of each entity, and then first reading of an ordinance to approve the EDDA Tabor language for the November ballot. This is all assuming that the direction from council at the study session is affirmative.
Okay. Yeah. Good to have it on there.
Yeah. And then no items currently scheduled for the 12th. And then the 19th, we have just our routine modifications to the strategic plan, quarterly updates on that. And then a framework agreement with LNR for City Center and Mile High Flood District, IGA for Little Dry Creek construction. And last but not least, June financial report.
Great. All right. So I have a question going back to the approval of boards and commissions. We had another resignation for sewer, water and sewer. Clyde Wiggins, the chair, needs to step down. Sorry, that was my husband. Can you hear that?
Not too much. It's being drowned out by the train outside my office.
Okay. Yeah, so Clyde Wiggins needs to formally resigned on Thursday or Friday for health reasons, can no longer continue. It's very, very sudden. So we have an extra spot on, so I think under the, yeah, the board and commissions appointments, I think we need to decide whether to add another person there. Don't we have to receive, because that's a quasi, that's not a, it's quasi judicial, right? No.
I don't think
Yeah,
that one is.
Well, don't we have to receive his resignation too?
I think didn't he send it via email?
He did.
I think that's adequate, right, Stephanie?
We used to have to vote on those or receive them.
Oh.
I don't know if there's been a change in that or if it's just some need it and others don't. Maybe we just need to check with our attorneys. Oh, on the 7th also, can we have a welcome to the city attorney?
Oh, good catch. Yes.
At least in agenda item 6 or something, I don't know. And I did ask Kendra last week if their attorney group has met or would meet with her just to make sure there's a good transfer of info, and they'd already done it.
Yes, they have, and there is going to be an overlap of 1 month.
Yeah, which is great, but just so
Yeah.
she's got some idea of coming in. You might, yeah.
All right, well, I don't have anything else, and I think all of our council requests are already in queue, so.
Okay.
I do know Stephanie was trying to say something, but it looks like her mic might not be working.
Can you put something in the chat? Can she hear us?
Oh, it
Yeah, look and see, is it in the
looks,
chat?
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
she-
looks
she
like she's
put that in
texting now.
I haven't been watching the chat.
Me neither.
Do you want to take intermission in between study sessions? Oh, yeah, that's right. But we're all in the same room, right? So yeah, we probably should take a break. Would be nice to have an intermission.
So I guess, and that sort of kind of sparked a question for me. Do we want to have, so when we transitioned to during the pandemic, we started doing both meetings in one. Do we want to transition back to where they were two separate posted meetings so that way we have that built-in break in between, and then we are doing dinners again as well, or what would council's preference be for that?
Well, what did people say about dinners?
Didn't Krista do that survey?
Yeah. I actually, when I'm thinking about, I said it would be helpful to me, and I'm glad to pay for it myself out of my own council budget or something else. I just know that I run from, now that we're back face to face, it's just a lot of running from one place to the other. It's hard to get dinner for me for work. And I think that's true for others who have full-time jobs.
Yep.
Some don't care though, but during this transition, I'm not knowing whether people are inoculated or not. I'm not sure I want to eat with people, but
So it looks like we didn't hear back from everybody, but if you wanted it and if you didn't.
okay. Maybe,
So
yeah, well,
proceed
let's
with-
provide it for sure.
proceed with the ones who want it.
Pardon?
Proceed with the ones who want it.
Yeah. I mean, I think until council says we can't do that anymore.
Okay.
We accommodate people. I think it's really kind thing to do for those who have full-time jobs.
Mm-hmm. And then move forward with the two separate posted meetings.
Yeah, is that the right way to do this? It seems like we never know what time the other one will start. And we get really caught in it. Can we, I guess it wouldn't be a special meeting, would it?
Oh, Steph saying posting together still works. If
Let's do that until we're in two separate places. Like, moving from one to the other.
From council to community room.
Yeah.
Or community room to council.
Like,
okay.
yeah. And that'll take 4 or 5 months, does that sound like? With the sound stuff?
I believe so.
Well, I'm sorry, what's the question?
Will it take 4 or 5 months before we can be going from one room to the other?
Yes.
I think we just keep it all in one as one meeting then and take breaks when we need it.
Okay. A 10-minute break in between or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do that.
So when people come to speak, will we have a podium set up in there somewhere? Or is that how?
Yeah, well, I think speakers are going to be at a table, but yes.
Okay.
You're talking about in the studies, in the
Yeah, in
community.
the community room.
Yes, right now we don't have a lectern, but we could do that instead of a table. We were thinking
do
with a
have a podium
laptop,
in
maybe the table would be better.
Whatever you all think is best. I don't have any. I'm just kind of thinking out loud.
We will be doing dry runs this week.
I trust you all to figure it out.
Oh, well, we're trying to do the best we can. That's one reason why we're spending some money. We don't want this to go badly.
Yeah, well, it's a new world of trying to figure this out. Yeah, that, when I was at that meeting with you, Shawn, for the rehearsal, that meeting freaked me out. I have never been in a setting like that. And then I went to DU about 2 days later. We're still masked in the classroom, but for meetings, they have a thing that they read that's a legal document about what people and how people want to proceed. And we all took our masks off because we all agreed and all disclosed that we'd been vaccinated. So it was a very interesting. There was such a difference. We were still distanced, but we can't have it spread throughout a campus of 10,000.
Right.
Because we still have unvaccinated young people. Anyway, it's such an interesting coming out process.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're done.
All right.
It's 9:03 and the mayor manager meeting is finished. Hey, Shawn, I have a quick question for you. Do you want to stay on or do you want me to call you?